All for One's real name is, spoilers ahead. What's up guys, it's Truth Hero, and today we'll be talking about something that I actually mentioned in my My Hero Academia chapter 237 review. Now, not to make a video and then make one directly countering it, but that's kind of how fan theories work. We'll be discussing the villain All for One, and if the revelation of his name and his identity is actually true. And even if it is, if it really matters as much in the end. And obviously guys, needless to say, manga spoilers ahead. You have been warned. It was revealed in My Hero Academia chapter 237 that All for One's family name, his real name, is Shigaraki. This is made known when All for One tells Tenko that he's now reborn as the villain Tomura Shigaraki. He explains the meaning of Tomura to him, and when Tenko asks, what does the last name mean? What does Shigaraki signify? All for One simply says, that's my name. Even the Wikipedia page says it's his real name, so I guess it has to be true. I'm over here still holding out hope that Gaten, the snow jacket guy, will turn out to be Natsuo Todoroki, so that when he fights Dabi, it'll be some family ordeal. But what the hell do I know? But I have a few problems with Shigaraki being All for One's actual name. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a very fitting name for the most powerful villain in all of My Hero Academia. A death grip over the entire world. And the tree part could mean that death spreads from All for One to his followers and his successors. But even so, there's still a few inconsistencies with All for One possessing a name like Shigaraki. Number 1. All for One's name doesn't matter. I hate to be the conductor of the hype train, woo woo, and stop us so abruptly, but this revelation, and I guess this video, it's not that important. Only having the last name of All for One really doesn't tell us much about who he is and his origins. It tells us that he cares for Shigaraki immensely enough to pass it down to him, but throughout the series, this was already pretty obvious. Without knowing All for One's first name, we don't have a complete picture of this timeless villain. We know Horikoshi likes to provide a lot of meaning in his characters' names, and to me, without this first name, we can't grasp this true character with just Shigaraki. I honestly won't be satisfied until I learn All for One's first name. So, whenever you want to drop that one, Horikoshi. Number 2. It doesn't really fit. Oh, this name for sure fits All for One. I mean, maybe not 100%. Maybe we could get even more meaning with a first name, but still, it works for the world's finest villain. It fits. But what about All for One's younger brother? All for One's younger brother was the exact opposite of the villain. He had a deep sense of justice and righteousness despite being weak and frail, and was even powerless without a combat quirk. Even so, he always opposed All for One's evil ideals. So how could someone so counter to All for One have a name like Shigaraki? A name suggesting death grip or death spreading out like a tree really wouldn't fit him. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Sure, he could be adopted. Fine, alright? We get it. Fancy loophole. But something just tells me in my gut that they're biologically related siblings. It's stated that All for One cared deeply about his brother since it's the only family he had. Due to the emotion involved in their relationship, it seems more likely that All for One and this younger brother of his were related by blood and not some adoptive ties. Also, All for One had the power to take quirks or to force them onto people, and his younger brother had the power to transfer his quirks to others. Since these two quirks are quite similar, this is just more evidence that they are blood related and that the name Shigaraki doesn't fit everyone in the household. Number 3. All for One is lying to Shigaraki. I mean, are you new here? All for One is a horrible villain. What did you expect? All for One could have easily lied to Shigaraki about his name in an effort to transform Tenko and to encourage him to grow up to be the strongest villain. Throughout the years, he's been crafting an immature Shigaraki into the villain he is today. In fact, at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say that it'd actually be weird if All for One didn't have a hand in engineering this coincidence of Shimura Nana's grandson becoming his eventual successor. He shows up pretty much right after Tenko kills his family and makes sure his psychology is always that of someone who wants to destroy it all and wants to see the symbol of peace replaced with the symbol of terror. What better way to motivate the child Tenko, a kid who just wants to belong and maybe use his quirk, than to give him the ultimate villain's name, your name, and show him that he belongs with you in doing evil and ruling the world as a devil king. Also, if you'll notice, the gentleman that dropped off Tenko when he misbehaved and then his dad beat him could have been All For One in this suit, suggesting that All For One carefully laid out this plan for Tenko months and even years in advance. This also means that All For One could still be Deku's father, because Mama Midoriya, well, you know, she wholesome and would never allow that to happen. So he's probably some distant relative of his if this fan theory is actually correct. And I do like it, so yeah, let's keep it going. As always, thanks for watching. But what do you guys think? Did All For One lie about his actual name in an effort to manipulate Tenko into becoming the ultimate villain, Shigaraki? And if so, what is All For One's actual name, and what does it tell us about his character? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you guys like My Hero Academia content and these theory videos, be sure to enroll at UA today by clicking subscribe. And until next time, Plus Ultra.